at VOP TV Live. Visit our website www.vop.ng for fresh and trending news. Also watch us live on SLTV channel 264. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television.
Join us as we drive into the world of politics through insightful interviews with prominent political figures, both serving and former governors, ministers, senators, legislators, party chieftains, activists, and analysts. Get first-hand information into the decision-making processes that affect our daily lives. Highly engaging one-hour program that brings political discourse into focus.
I am Chukwuma Okoro.
Political Lens, Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Join us.
Welcome to the locker room, the home of football talk that matters. I am Jerry Arpeon. Join us every weekday, Monday to Friday at 5 p.m. Nigerian time, as we share the hot takes and hot debates in the exciting world of football. And joining me are the usual suspects, Ikechukwu and Mayowa, as we break down all the hot takes and everything that's happening in the football. Don't just watch football, live it with us. Catch us on the locker room and Voice of the People Television at 5 p.m. Nigerian time. And like I always say, if not 20 minutes off, please discuss.
In a world where truth is the ultimate power and opinions scream the loudest, it's time to wade through the noise.
Hunger no get tribe! Hunger no get religion!
And scan the human interest and trending topics that matter. Stay tuned to The Issues, your plug to the stories making the buzz, from politics to science and technology, social justice, and more. Let's tackle the tough questions and expose the truth. The Issues on Voice of the People Television, Mondays to Fridays, 8 to 9 p.m. The Issues. Don't just react, understand. Do you want your voice to be heard? Do you know that you matter in the scheme of things? The People's Voice, the show where ordinary citizens take center stage as we discuss the biggest stories that affect you and I. With you in mind, we facilitate lively discussions, debates, and interviews on the topics that matter most to you and I, from social justice to economic empowerment, education to healthcare, governance, and more, tackling tough topics and amplifying your voice. Join the conversation and make your voice count. The People's Voice. Make your voice count.
This is African News on Voice of the People Television, where we don't just bring you the news, we bring you Africa's heartbeats, the policies that shapes our world, and the economy that determines our future. African News on Voice of the People Television. Stay with us.
In a world where power shifts with every headlines, news breaks and events happens, we bring you unbiased and explicit information on politics, economy, and state of the nation. We break down the chaos. Facts, not fluff. Truth, not spin. We discuss not just politics, but a glimpse into the future. Voice of the People Television. Now you have more than a voice. In a world where power shifts with every headline.
In a nation full of questions.
In a world filled with noise, the truth needs a voice.
The policies that shapes our world and the economy that determines our future.
Every hour, every day, the grapevine keeps buzzing. And together, we are committed to telling the stories that shape our world, because your voice is our focus.
Don't forget, our voice matters the most. Let us come together and share our concerns.
My name is Tao Familoni, and here's to VOP TV. Keep watching, stay tuned, do not touch that dial.
Arararara, my name is Made Kuti, and you're watching VOP TV. Keep watching.
Welcome, my name is Zika Davis. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, boys, viewers, everybody, boys and girls. This is VOP TV. Do you know what that means? Voice of the People TV. You don't have a voice, don't come here. You better make sure your voice is heard.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice. To know the happenings in the maritime sector, join us on the program Maritime Frontiers on VOP TV as we discuss key areas in the maritime sector, from aquaculture, maritime transportation, maritime labor regulation, oil and gas exploration, ferry and passenger insurance, marine pollution and prevention, port operations, and lots more. Maritime Frontiers, exploring Nigeria's blue economy.
Africa is on the move, a continent of rising voices, untold stories, and powerful transformations. From the streets of Lagos to the heart of Nairobi, from the mines of Congo to the tech labs of Cape Town, the African story is being written every day. Bold, dynamic, unstoppable. This is African News on Voice of the People Television. We don't just bring you the news. We analyze and bring you Africa's heartbeat, the politics that shapes our nations, the economies that drives our future, the cultures that defines who we are, the voice that must be heard. Africa News, Africa's voice, Africa's future. Where Africa speaks, the world listens.
VOP TV now. From the views on the street,
we go to bed empty hunger,
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. New baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and penchant for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
Welcome, guys. The show is hashtag right here on VOP TV. My name is Vivian Oguche, and it's a pleasure to have you join us. So this is where we get to tell you all things topical and all things trending. And for starters, we begin with hashtag Coup. Remember how towards the end of last year, 2025, there were reports of an alleged coup. The federal government said nothing, the military brass said nothing, and in fact, they said it was just rumors. Until this year, when Nigerians were told that there was actually an attempt on the life of President Tinubu and, of course, some senior public officers like the Senate President, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, and some other members of President Tinubu's kitchen cabinet. So this is what's happening right now. This is fresh from the oven. The wives of the detained officers, those that the federal government or the army said are involved in plotting a coup against President Tinubu's administration, their wives today held a press conference and they got the support of activist and politician Omoyele Sowore. What are they demanding for? They're asking that their husbands, talking about the wives of the detained officers, that their husbands be either court-martialed or freed. And they're also asking for access to their husbands. So I take you now to X. We'll take a look at the very first post, and then we'll see how netizens are responding. Well, we'll take a short break. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back. Shall we quickly pick up from where we stopped? I was going to tell you, how it's going down on X. Basically, show you as against tell you. So I have that post ready for you now. Let's take a look at it. Nigerian Affairs Journal says, grant us access to our husbands. Wives as military officers detained over a failed coup plot against President Tinubu appealed to the president during a press conference attended by Sowore and Deji Adeyonju. Sowore being the activist, Deji being his attorney. Now, it goes on to say they urge the government to either charge their husbands to court or release them if they have no evidence. Let's take a look at the next post. Nigerian Affairs Journal again says, what we have gathered from the families of the 120 detained military officers is that there is no evidence of any coup. It's just some high-level officials who are trying to buy the loyalty of President Tinubu and create a fear factor. That is how they control people in power. Sowore said at the press conference called by the wives of military officers detained over a failed coup plot against President Tinubu. Guys, do you realize the enormity of what human rights activist Omoyele Sowore has just said. He said, based on his own investigation, that there was no coup like the government has said there was. And he's saying that what happened was just some people wanting to buy President Tinubu's loyalty. That is a lot for you to wrap your head around. I can tell you that. I also bet you that this is not the end of the matter. Before we wrap it up, though, let's quickly take a look at how netizens are responding to this particular matter. Hashtag coup. So Great says Sowore was the first to declare that there was a coup, even before the military confirmed it. Goes on to say, I blame at official DSS and G for not picking him up, because it is even criminal for someone to try to cover up for coup plotters. Big Buster says, day by day, Sowore has become, and they're using that word, it looks like they're not very happy with what Sowore is doing. But Doorbreaker says this may be correct. Doorbreaker is saying Sowore just might be correct on this one. I will take a look at the next reaction now. So Ibile says, wife of a military personnel, I guess, should know it's not the president that will charge them to court. It is the duty of the Nigerian army to court-martial them, not the president to charge them. So this particular hashtag is unraveling online, and if you want to check it out for yourself, you might. But just to give you some heads up, there are some uncharitable words that are being thrown around on that this particular thread. But as it unfolds, we will keep you posted. We take on now the next hashtag, which is one of the biggest stories unfolding in the country today. President Tinubu has approved the postings of ambassadors. The Senate actually approved the ambassadors designate last December. One of them was Reno Mockery. He has been posted to Mexico. And for some reason, it's just his posting that is creating some massive chatter online right now. So Bayo Onanuga's presidential spokesperson has the list, or has the post. We'll take a look at it before we see how netizens are receiving this particular message. So this is Bayo Onanuga, OONCON, who says, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved the postings of 31 career and 34 non-career ambassadors to various countries and the United Nations. The Senate confirmed the ambassadors designate last September. Now, take a look at number 8. You see Mr. Reno Mockery, Mexico City, Mexico. Take a note. Another thing for you to note is that Reno Mockery is a non-career ambassador, just like his pal. Should I say his pal? Yeah, talking about Fani Kayode. But hey, netizens are responding to this one. Let's take a look. So Adekule says, Reno Mockery to Mexico. What a perfect arrangement. If you know, you know. The next one. Spicy says, you called him a drug lord and he posted you to Mexico City, Mexico. The strategist has paid you back in your own coin. Enjoy the ride. And with the picture of that beautiful actress, holding that champagne bottle, in a toast. It's just amazing. Let's take a look at the next one. So Vader says, Una won't put Reno for cartel mouths. And Benga Giwa says, Ambassador at Reno Mockery to Mexico. Congratulations. The next one. So Pragmatic DB says, generally fair posting. Reno to Mexico is good for Reno. Fans Kayode should have been posted to a Middle East country. It's talking about Fani Kayode, Femi Fani Kayode. But let's take a look at the next post for you to know exactly where Fani Kayode is. Take a look at number 22, Femi Fani Kayode. He's going to Germany. It's a good one for him, yeah? Another one that's got tongues wagging, actually, is Senator Jimo Ibrahim, UN Permanent Representative, in a good way. Also, take a look at number 24, Ajimobi Fatima Florence, Austria. Ajimobi Fatima Florence is the widow of the late governor of Oyo State, Senator Ajimobi. So that's how this one is panning out and is gaining lots of traction online. Another one, actually something that just broke just before I came on board, is breaking. This is breaking news. 86. That's the next hashtag, hashtag ADC. So a court has dismissed ex-ADC presidential candidate Kachuku's case against his own party. So it looks like it is Uhuru now for the ADC. The party is welcoming the court's judgment and netizens are responding. Some netizens are saying, look, you guys, it is not all over. You need to get your act together and ensure that you give the opposition or the incumbent party a run, or the ruling party a run for its money next year. So I take you to the first post now. It is hashtag ADC. So this is African Democratic Congress saying congratulations to all opposition members and Nigerians who continue to believe in democracy and the integrity of our political institutions. Today, the Federal High Court dismissed the suit filed by Dumebi Kachuku and others against the ADC, affirming that issues relating to party leadership and membership are internal and non-justiciable. This is a moment to move forward together. If you have been on the fence, now is the time to join the ADC and participate in building a party that can get Nigeria back on track. So we'll take a look at the responses now. So Fabro Monk says, don't be fooled. This case will come up again, and that time it will knock you off the balance. You better have a plan B. And then Huck or Cook goes on to say, build the party all you want. If you don't have a clear plan on how you're going to remove APC, you will fail. More reactions? This is Atiku Abubakar now, who is reacting to this development. He says, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar says, I have been briefed that the Federal High Court in Abuja has dismissed the suit brought by anti-democratic elements collaborating with the ruling party to have the coalition, African Democratic Congress, ADC, deregistered, effectively signaling the end of the opposition's last stronghold. Today's victory at the court demonstrates what we can accomplish when we unite. And then he goes on to rally the voters. Now, people are reacting to his post. A couple of them, we have it. Let's take a look. Senator Idris Haruna says, this is a welcome development for democracy and political freedom. The decision of the Federal High Court to dismiss the suit seeking to deregister the African Democratic Congress shows that the judiciary can still stand firm against attempts to weaken the opposition. A strong democracy requires a strong opposition, and efforts to silence or eliminate alternative political voices only harm the nation. This victory should encourage unity among those who believe in credible leadership and a better future for Nigeria. Kudos to everyone who stood firm. When the people come together with a shared vision, progress becomes possible. This is Bayo Chibuzo. Wow, interesting combo. Bayo Chibuzo says the fix to Nigeria's problem is unity, but it is difficult to achieve when the people are not truly a nation. So we wrap up that particular one now. It looks like ADC is going to come to a round table, really, and to ensure that they get their acts together, like netizens are saying. This looks to be a lifeline to the opposition. We'll see how well they take it. Now, the next hashtag is totally different from politicking and all of that. This is hashtag Pete Edochie. Renowned veteran actor Pete Edochie is crying foul. He says that he spends over 40,000 naira. Let me repeat it. He says he spends over 40,000 naira every day just to have electricity. And some netizens are saying, is that not too much? How come? And all of that. So many questions. You're going to see how it's playing out online. But I've got the veteran himself. You're going to be listening to him in a short while. He was on a televised interview, so credit goes to AIT for that. So we'll take a look at the very first post that's going to, hook us up to the video. Nigeria Stories has it. Peter Edochie says, I am spending over 40,000 naira daily in Nigeria just to have electricity. Who is really fighting for the common man? Take a listen. Well, I understand that the technical department was unable to get us that video, so apologies to you. I would have loved for you to really listen to him explain himself and all. It's nothing like hearing it from the horse's mouth. But hey, that's the gist of the matter. He says he spends over 40,000 naira every day just to generate electricity. Now, netizens are responding. Let's take a look at their responses. So Mavi says, why don't you get a solar? Why don't you, say advocating for solar instead of wasting such amount on petroleum? I mean, that's a lot of money spent every single month. Well, if you listen to the video, he said 10,000 every day for the bill, electricity bill, and then over 30,000 every day to buy diesel to fill or to power the generating sets. That's what he said, basically. So the next reaction would give you another very, I don't know, it's mind-boggling reaction. Are you running a factory? Is what XSLBM is asking. Well, he's not running a factory, according to what we heard him say, but he's got generating sets to power every day. More reactions? This is Freeway V that says people who don't have some of these basic gadgets could think, say, it a lie. He will comfortably have more than 3 refrigerators in his house, at least 4 to 5 ACs, other major gadgets that, consume light. He's not a poor man, and if you tell him making the manage. My house, we only put on 1 out of 2 ACs and freezer, and we still spend 10,000 naira every day, both NEPA and fuel. The next reaction? So this is Idil that says the power failure in Nigeria is intentional. The availability of power in Nigeria will revolutionize the economy and make Nigeria a powerhouse. That will affect all the billionaires in the country and their Western counterpart. Generator sales parts, which Nigerian, let me take that again. Generators sales, which Nigerian happens to be the highest consumer, will die. I'm trying to wrap my head around that one. Corrupt government officials won't be able to raise imprest for gas and diesel. A lot will change. Well, talking about power failure in Nigeria being intentional, the president today, he just fired a salvo, and he set up a committee to ensure that there is steady power supply and no more grid collapse. And that takes us to the next hashtag, which is hashtag power sector. So Bayo Onanuga has that particular post now. Bayo Onanuga being presidential spokesperson, like I said earlier on, he said President Tinubu just put up a committee together to ensure that there is steady power supply and no more grid collapse. If you can take a look at that post now. So Bayo Onanuga says, towards optimizing the power sector, President Tinubu inaugurates Committee on Grid Asset Management Company, GAMCO. President Bola Tinubu on Friday constituted an 11-member committee to ensure the smooth sailing incorporation of the Grid Asset Management Company Limited, GAMCO. The committee's constitution followed the Federal Executive Council's approval of the company's establishment at its Wednesday meeting. In proposing GAMCO, President Tinubu hopes to fast-track a quick fix solution to the endemic problems of stranded power, grid management, and transmission in the country's electricity sector. The Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, who performed the inauguration on behalf of the President, said the committee was critical to the realization of President Tinubu's aspirations in the power sector. Now, netizens are responding. Let's quickly take a look at the first response. And what Ms. Alkali just did was to put up these screenshots. And then Ms. Alkali says, let us not forget this. So you see The Nation, Daily Trust, Vanguard, The Punch, national dailies actually, with headlines like, don't vote for me if I fail to fix electricity. A quote attributed to Tinubu according to The Nation. Daily Trust, fix power or reject me, Tinubu tells Nigeria. Vanguard says Tinubu stakes re-election on electricity reform. And The Punch says electricity first or no second term, says Tinubu. Daily Sun says, no power, no vote, Tinubu. These days says, judge me by electricity supply, Tinubu. The internet doesn't forget. So is the president trying to make do to fulfill his promise? It's what we are trying to see. Fingers crossed. More reactions. Let's take a look at the next one. So this is J.A. Olaoye saying, at Grok, just point out the core of the message. Well, the core of the message is that the president is trying to ensure that there's steady power supply in the country. And then this is Chukwu Alaso who says, can anyone remember anything that we formed committee on that eventually worked? That is a tricky question, if you ask me. More reactions. So this is APC Advocate. APC Advocate says the government should have a hold on GAMCO and we see where we go from here. Scoot says another money-consuming committee with no real impact, filled with career politicians who would budget billions to be advised by experts, only for it to end up wasted. We've seen this before. OBJ, Yar'Adua, JEJ, PMB, they all set up these committees that burned funds and delivered nothing. Okafor says another bureaucratic setback. When you already identify the grid insufficiency capacity, why not outsource the expansion of grid and invest more in distribution channels to improve the supply of power for end users? So, looks like netizens are trying to pick the president's brain and they're trying to give him a run for his money. They're saying, sir, we've got our eyes on you, make it happen. It's not rocket science, is it? So let's see if it's going to work. If there's going to be steady power supply in Nigeria, that definitely is going to be dream come true. We move on now to the next hashtag, hashtag Obasanjo. So you do know former President Olusegun Obasanjo is an octogenarian. He celebrated his, wait for it, 89th birthday on the 5th of March. Now, this is generating lots of chatter online. I can tell you that. I'm not going to summarize. I'll just take you straight to X so you see the posts and the videos. And I can promise you Charlie Boy is featuring center, right, left, center in this video you're about to watch. But first, we'll say congratulations to the former president. And of course, he's so agile for his age. Let's take a look at the very first post now. And then I have the video for you, like I said. This is Instablock Niger. 75-year-old Nigerian singer Charlie Boy surprises former President Olusegun Obasanjo with a huge gift during his 89th birthday celebration. That was on the 5th of March. Charlie Boy has the video. He put it up. So credit goes to Charlie Boy for the video. Take a look, guys.
Thank you, sir. Your Excellency, the Bradley boy at 89. First, we have to thank the Lord Almighty for giving us an icon in this country who has done his best.
So it has Charlie Boy with a huge package there. It turns out that it's a throw pillow. It's beautiful. And did you see the huge kiss the former president gave to Charlie Boy, who returned it? The relationship between these two is a very strange one. And lots of people are wondering, now waiting join the two of them together, I know. But you're going to find out exactly how this relationship was bettered and how it has come to stay. So we'll take a look at the responses now. Netizens are responding to this video. and what transpired between the president and Charlie Boy. Let's take a look at the very first one now. So this is Jones Clef saying, I love seeing aged men with sense. Happy birthday, sir. Crypto Wizard says, old people's friendship might exactly or actually just be the realest. Happy birthday, Olusegun Basanjo. Let me take that again. Old people's friendship might actually just be the realest. Yeah, there's supposed to be a full stop there. It goes on to say, happy birthday, Olusegun Basanjo. There's another one. So this is a member, Agbenje, who says, area father knows his father. Kudos. Viceroy says, wow, this is impressive. So let's take a look at what member said. Area father knows his father. What does that mean? Well, the area father, talking about Charlie Boy himself, put up a post this year, February this year, actually, to explain his relationship with the former president. So that's him saying, when you mention the kind of relationship we know too common for this country, you go talk about Charlie Boy and Olusegun Basanjo. Many people don't understand them at first. How rebel way they always challenge government, take day close to former president. But life no be black and white like that. Sometimes now respect and understanding they build bridge where people no expect. Baba Obasanjo sees something inside Charlie Boy where plenty people miss. He see courage, he see consistency, he see man wey stand for him truth, whether rain fall or sunshine. And Charlie Boy too see beyond uniform and title. He see elder wey don pass through war, leadership, pressure, and still stand strong. Their relationship no be noise relationship, now quiet understanding. When them talk, now two strong minds wey dey reason Nigeria matter. Them fit argue, them fit disagree, but bitterness no dey. Respect dey intact. Now, it was a lengthy episode, but this actually is the gist of the matter. It seems that the common denominator here is the mutual respect both men have for each other. And there is nothing that cannot soften. Respect a man, you have his heart. I understand that. Well, Charlie Boy put up this video of the two of them together having good times. Take a look.
I adopted him. No. But I just arrived now. Oh, Charlie Boy, you know, he proposed him yesterday. He was talking about him. I adopted him. No. You know, he was my guy in school. Okay. Oh no, Charlie Boy was my guy. Charlie Boy was Juju man in school. When the school is even at school, he was the Juju man. But very quiet. If he's walking here, this small boy told him move this way, he move. So even at school, you were that. I'll tell him. Ah, is that you sitting over there? Yeah. That's terrible.
Oh, down. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, this is my daddy. My daddy. Baba, don't come and disgrace me here. I beg. Let's live in class. Let's live with you. I beg. When I start dancing, you won't be able to catch up. Baba, thank you.
So that was Charlie Boy just giving netizens a tip of the iceberg of how playful they both are whenever they're around each other and how deep their relationship ran. Now, he talked about, the basis of it earlier on, understanding mutual respect and the former president seeing something in him that others do not see. But what I want you to take a note at, or take note of, really, is how the former president is jumping at his age. Like I told you, he is an octogenarian. He's agile, and it's something lots of people are pointing out. And then he can dance. He always loves dancing. We saw him and Senator Florence Itagiwa not too long ago as she celebrated her birthday. By the way, she's one of the ambassadors that's been, whose posting has been approved. So congratulations to her. Take a look now at President Olusegun Obasanjo dancing with the legendary Ebenezer Obey. But before the video, I have a post now. Let's take a look at the post first, and then you watch how the president jumped on stage to dance to the music of his favorite singer. Africanism culture says, at 89, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo is still full of energy. Baba jumped on stage to meet legendary Juju maestro, Chief Commander Ebenezer Obey, during his 89th birthday celebration at the Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library in Abeokuta. Take a look, guys. We just took you straight to the birthday bash that was very much attended by, the cream de la cream. I'm telling you, it was a good one, and it looked like the celebrant had a very, enjoyable and pleasant time himself. On that note, we'll say again, happy birthday to you, former President Olusegun Obasanjo. On that note, we move on to something else now. It is #Pella. You do know the online streamer, Nigerian, of course, who looks like he was inspired by American online streamer, talking about iShowSpeed. Not so long ago, iShowSpeed was in Nigeria, and every day he kept on breaking the net, because of content after content, making headlines. Chief of them, I can say chief of them, right, was Pella trying to gain audience, but Speed refusing to grant him audience and all of that. It looked like Pella decided to have his own fame, because he's already famous, but he decided to have his own fame written in the sands of time. So it looks like he's going to be touring the world, but first he's going to begin touring Nigeria. So Pella started his national tour in Edo State. We'll take a look at the very first post now, and then have a number of videos for you. That is trending, and netizens are responding. So how are Nigerians taking Pella's national tour? Let's find out. Africa Fact Zone says Pella kicks off his Nigerian tour in Benin City. He is the first streamer to tour Nigeria. He has also made 2 viral successful trips to Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire. So there's a video. Take a listen. If I could read your mind right now, I would give anything to know what you're thinking, right? What do you think? Is this as successful of that of Spade? Well, let's find out what netizens are saying. Is Pella's national tour a success? Well, I think it's too early for us to call it, don't you think? This is the first one. This has been in. Let's take a look at the very first response now. It is #Pella. KC Village says, faking speed already. Nigerians are, and then they are using that word. But Nigerians are very respectable and creative, wouldn't you say? This is Ayade Banji that says, whatever it takes to survive in Nigeria, keep doing it. Act foolish if you must. Act funny if you can. Stay serious when it counts. Play the political game if you have to. Consistency is the only way out. One day you will blow. Because consistency really is a rare currency. Stick to it. You will win one day. Let's take a look at the next post. It is #Pella, and we'll have lots of videos for you. Very hilarious. Because eventually he went to the palace of the Oba of Benin, and of course he met the Queen. Can we take a look at the next post? So this is Josh says, show the palace. Cameraman, no one here. But we saw, excuse me, we saw the palace at some point. This is AIS that says, waiting in where for hand, I beg. Adewale says, not bad anyways. It's a nice idea. And then this is Prestamo who says, the boy they try. I'm not one to discourage kids. By the way, Pella and his lady Jarvis have announced that they are engaged, and they've been engaged since 2024. I just wanted to slip that in. Let's take a look at the next post now, shall we? So this is SKB saying, Pella greeted a chief in the Oba of Benin Palace with Kabiesi, and he was corrected immediately. He also asked if they could help him hold the rain from falling. So this is what happened, right? He didn't greet the royalty correctly, and then he saw that the weather was changing, and it looked like it was going to rain. So he was washing, his fans and all of that. That it looks like it's going to rain, it's going to rain. And they were like, calm down, it's not going to rain. He now made a request. Abi una fit hold the rain for me because una sabi do am. It's hilarious, I can tell you. There's a video, guys. Take a listen.
Okay, please. Put it down. All cameras down, please.
I'm your biggest farmer. Kabiesi o. Get up. Kabiesi o. You don't say Kabiesi. Oba Atokpe. He said. Oba Atokpe. Let me go. Calm down, nobody come. Calm down, come. Let's go, network. Sorry. Yeah, rain won't come. I beg now, no, help hold the rain. The whole rain where we are beg. The whole rain, where they help hold one. Sorry. Me the help hold the rain. No worry.
So you see, it's a huge drama playing out, but that's not all. You saw, there was one, we gave you a sneak peek of another one. That's of him meeting one of the queens at the palace. So Pella met the queen, and she gifted him lots of gifts and all. But the thing is, he wasn't allowed to come closer, and he was like, okay. So this is the tradition. I know near queen and all of that. There's a post. Let's quickly take a look at the post, and then I'll show you that video. It's still #Pella. So this is SKB saying Pella met the Queen of Benin, and she even asked him to follow back on Instagram. Due to tradition, he had to greet her from a distance. Take a look, guys.
Okay, please. Put it down. All cameras down, please.
I'm your biggest farmer. I will follow you back. I swear to God. You have some gift for me. Thank you. God bless you, man. Oh, that's beautiful. See, Queen. God.
Sorry.
Give her.
See, Queen. Hey, they bring her more.
Bring it to let me receive it.
Jesus, she give me a frame. How Queen of Benin give Queen Ewari.
So it looks like Bella is on a roll. He's actually having a ball right now, and he's trying to get it right about, what he was taught to say and all. He's never ever going to make that mistake again and all. Know how to greet royalty. I'm sure when he gets to the north, he will know how to greet royalty because he's going to tour all the states of the Federation. And netizens are worried about his safety. Some are saying that has he not heard that there are kidnappings, that he should make sure that he's well protected. Others are saying kudos to Pella, that he never gives up. When he sets his mind on stuff, he does it. But others are saying he's not as tush as Speed was. But others are saying, go Pella, go, we're behind you. So it looks like he's going to be trending for a number of days. I don't know if he's going to tour Lagos. I'm trying to wrap my head around that one because he's based in Lagos. He began his tour in Edo State, Benin precisely. Is he going to tour Lagos? What are we going to see when Pella decides to tour Lagos? We'll keep our fingers crossed. When you check out some of the videos, you will see how he was given a bouquet of flowers and he was speechless. It was almost as if this was the first time someone gave him, flowers like that. Pink, cool-looking rows of flowers. Let me not just continue because it's a lot. I'll keep you posted as his tour unfolds. But on that note, I'd like to say thanks to everyone who helped the show go on flawlessly from Monday to Tuesday to Wednesday to Thursday, Friday. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. Without you, this would not happen. But the bigger thanks goes to you for watching. I'll say, make sure you enjoy your weekend. When I come back on Monday, I'll be sure to ask you about that. Until then, I am Vivian Uguche, and bye for now.
VOP TV. Now, you have more than a voice. Africa is on the move, a continent of rising voices, untold stories, and powerful transformations. From the streets of Lagos to the heart of Nairobi, from the mines of Congo to the tech labs of Cape Town, the African story is being written every day. Bold, dynamic, unstoppable. This is African News on Voice of the People Television. We don't just bring you the news. We analyze and bring you Africa's heartbeat, the politics that shapes our nations, the economies that drives our future, the cultures that defines who we are, the voice that must be heard. Africa News, Africa's voice, Africa's future. Where Africa speaks, the world listens.
Good evening, Africa. My name is Mama Kore, actor, model, producer, and I'm giving a big shout out to VOP TV, man. Keep watching. Don't change the dial. Thank you and God bless you.
My name is AY, and of course, I represent the voice of the people, and that's why I'm on VOP. AY say so.
Hi everyone, it's your girl Miriam Tima from the Real Housewives of Lagos and the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Africa. Shout out to VOP, the voice of the people. You already know. Stay tuned, keep watching. And don't forget, VOP is the best.
All right, hello, everyone. It's a boy, but that's shaking the man fine back with Melanie Poppy Black Skin Boy. This is VOP TV. If you're not watching VOP, I don't know what you're watching. Maybe you're watching your weight.
Hello, beautiful people. This is Wale Ojo, and you're watching VOP, Voice of the People.
Hi, guys. You already know who it is. This is New Energy. Flyers boy ever live. Keep watching VOP TV. Thank you.
Hi, people. Ginny Albano here. Guys, please keep watching Voice of the People.
My name is Tao Familoni, and here's to VOP TV. Keep watching, stay tuned, do not touch that dial.
Arararara, my name is Made Kuti and you're watching BOP TV. Keep watching.
Welcome, my name is Zika Davis. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, boys, viewers, everybody, boys and girls. This is VOP TV. Do you know what that means? Voice of the People TV. You don't have a voice, don't come here. You better make sure your voice is heard.
We encourage you to click on the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Voice of the People TV. Also follow us on all our social media platforms. We are at VOP TV Live. Visit our website www.vop.ng for fresh and trending news. Also watch us live on SLTV channel 264. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television.
In a world where power shifts with every headline.
In a nation full of questions.
In a world filled with noise, the truth needs a voice.
The policies that shapes our world and the economy that determines our future.
Every hour, every day, the grapevine keeps buzzing. And together, we are committed to telling the stories that shape our world because your voice is our focus.
Don't forget, our voice matters the most. Let us come together and share our concerns.
Join us as we drive into the world of politics through insightful interviews with prominent political figures, both serving and former governors, ministers, senators, legislators, party chieftains, activists, and analysts. Get first-hand information into the decision-making processes that affect our daily lives. Highly engaging one-hour program that brings political discourse into focus.
I am Chukwuma Okoro.
Political Lens, Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Join us. you want your voice to be heard? Do you know that you matter in the scheme of things? The People's Voice, the show where ordinary citizens take center stage as we discuss the biggest stories that affect you and I. With you in mind, we facilitate lively discussions, debates, and interviews on the topics that matter most to you and I. From social justice to economic empowerment, education to healthcare, governance, and more. Tackling tough topics and amplifying your voice. Join the conversation and make your voice count. The People's Voice. Make your voice count.
In a world where power shifts with every headlines, news breaks and events happens, we bring you unbiased and explicit information on politics, economy, and state of the nation. We break down the chaos. Facts, not fluff. Truth, not spin. We discuss not just politics, but a glimpse into the future. Voice of the People Television. Now you have more than a voice.
I'm Sarah Nystrom from Sweden, aka Chief Omobawale, Communication Queen. Keep watching VOP TV.
Hi, I'm Samantha Jacobs, representing the States. Miami's in the house, and I want to make a shout out to VOP TV. I'm a humanitarian, and I'm also a rep in the film industry and the art industry. I help dreams come true, and I help you keep on that path. Shout out to VOP TV because you're helping people stay on their path too. Cheers.
All right, my name is John Odibo. Keep watching Voice of the People because it's a fantastic station to be with all the time. Thank you very much.
My name is Pastor Elvi Siru, the convener of the Voice Achievers Award, and keep watching VOP. Yes, that is the channel for all the people. No color, no race. Thank you so much.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, this is Abbas Sunkan from the Netherlands. I am a designer and I'm here in Eco Hotel and Suits. Keep watching VOP, the voice of the people. Don't touch that dial.
This is African News on Voice of the People Television, where we don't just bring you the news, we bring you Africa's heartbeat, the policies that shapes our world, and the economy that determines our future. African News on Voice of the People Television. Stay with us.
Welcome to the locker room, the home of football talk that matters. I am Jerry Arpillon. Join us every weekday, Monday to Friday at 5 p.m. Nigerian time, as we share the hot takes and hot debates in the exciting world of football. And joining me are the usual suspects, Ikechukwu and Mayowa, as we break down all the hot takes and everything that's happening in the football. Don't just watch football, live it with us. Catch us on the locker room and Voice of the People Television at 5 p.m. Nigerian time. And like I always say, if not 20 minutes off, who's the sport?
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We bring in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
To know the happenings in the maritime sector, join us on the program Maritime Frontiers on VOP TV as we discuss key areas in the maritime sector, from aquaculture, maritime transportation, maritime labor regulation, oil and gas exploration, ferry and passenger insurance, marine pollution and prevention, port operations, and lots more. Maritime Frontiers, exploring Nigeria's blue economy. In a world where truth is the ultimate power and opinions scream the loudest, it's time to wade through the noise.
Hunger no get tribe! Hunger no get religion!
And scan the human interest and trending topics that matter. Stay tuned to The Issues, your plug to the stories making the buzz, from politics to science and technology, social justice, and more. Let's tackle the tough questions and expose the truth. The Issues on Voice of the People Television, Mondays to Fridays, 8 to 9 p.m. The Issues. Don't just react, understand.
Behind every broken desk lies a broken promise. Education shapes the nations. But who is asking the right questions? Introducing Edu Dialogue, the show that goes beyond the surface, exposes the cracks, the corruption, and the silence in Nigeria's education system. Edu Dialogue, Saturdays, 3 p.m., only on VOP TV. We break the biggest stories, from missing funds to policy failures. We ask the tough questions and demand real answers. Edu Dialogue, this Saturday, 3 p.m. on Voice of the People Television.
From the views on the streets,
we go to bed empty hunger,
to the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lawn.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and penchant for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things that makes the society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
Africa is on the move, a continent of rising voices, untold stories, and powerful transformations. From the streets of Lagos to the heart of Nairobi, from the mines of Congo to the tech labs of Cape Town, the African story is being written every day. Bold, dynamic, unstoppable. This is African News on Voice of the People Television. We don't just bring you the news. We analyze and bring you Africa's heartbeat, the politics that shapes our nations, the economies that drives our future, the cultures that defines who we are, the voice that must be heard. Africa News, Africa's voice, Africa's future. Where Africa speaks, the world listens.
Well, hello and welcome to News Hour on Voice of the People TV. I am Vivian Oguche.
And I am Nenna Ndamdioto. Before we begin the news, kindly visit our website www.vop.ng for fresh and trending news. Here are the headlines. Tinubu assigns 65 envoys to foreign missions and UN.
ADC says federal government risks embarrassment over ambassadors' posting.
Nigeria releases emergency hotlines for citizens abroad.
Also, INEC vows to regain Nigerians' confidence.
Peter Obi set to contest 2027 presidency.
Court rejects attempt to sack David Mark, Aregbesola.
On the foreign scene, Trump demands Iran's unconditional surrender.
Well, in business news, Brent crude eyes biggest weekly jump since 2022.
In sport, Mexico mobilizes 100,000 security forces for World Cup.
The world of entertainment, Mo Abudu calls for local streaming platforms.
Now the news in details. President Bola Tinubu has approved the posting of 65 ambassadors designated to Nigeria's foreign missions and the United Nations. The group includes 31 non-carrier and 34 carrier diplomats whose nominations were confirmed by the Senate in December 2025. Presidential spokesperson Bayo Ononuga said non-carrier appointments include former Aviation Minister Femi Fani-Kayode to Germany, Jimoh Ibrahim as Nigeria's UN representative, Reno Mokri to Mexico, Lateef Arre to the US, Isaac Adewale to Canada, and Aminu Dalhatu to the UK. Other non-carrier envoys include Ita Enang to South Africa, Mahmoud Yakubu to Qatar, and Grace Bent to Togo. Among carrier diplomats, Mohamed Mahmoud Lele was posted to Algeria, Shehu Bade to Ghana, Abdusalam Zayed to Senegal, Bako Umar to Morocco, Aminu Nasser to Ethiopia, and Ibrahim Danlami to Kenya. Ononuga added that the UK and France have approved Dalhatu and Ayodele Oke, respectively, while the other envoys await host country approval. The president has also directed the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to begin an induction program for all ambassadors designates and high commissioners.
Well, in the meantime, the African Democratic Congress has warned that the federal government's announcement of ambassadorial postings could expose Nigeria to diplomatic embarrassment and weaken its international standing. The opposition party said revealing the appointments before host country approval breaks diplomatic protocol and raises concerns about the government's management of foreign relations. In a statement, ADC National Publicity Secretary Bolaji Abdullahi criticized the administration of President Bola Tinubu, saying the approach contravenes the Convention on Diplomatic Relations. The party also noted that only 65 ambassadors were announced, leaving several of Nigeria's 109 diplomatic missions without envoys. They questioned the delay in seeking host country consent after nominations were made.
Amid escalating tensions in the Middle East, the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission has released emergency hotline numbers for Nigerians in affected countries. In a notice on its official X handle, NIDCOM urged Nigerians living in or traveling through the region to save the numbers and contact the nearest mission in case of emergencies. The hotlines provide urgent consular assistance to those who may need help due to the evolving security situation.